Hawaii, a chain of volcanic islands in the central Pacific, lacks a common mode of transportation found in other island archipelagos, the inter-island ferry. Despite the romantic allure and practical potential, the story of inter-island ferries in Hawaii is one of fleeting attempts and ultimate failures. The early days of Hawaiian history saw traditional Polynesian voyaging canoes traversing the channels between islands. These vessels, powered by wind and human effort, served as lifelines connecting communities and facilitating trade. The 20th century witnessed sporadic attempts to establish modern ferry services between the islands. These ventures, often plagued by financial woes and logistical hurdles, ultimately failed to gain a foothold. The rise of commercial aviation in the latter half of the century dealt a further blow to the prospect of viable ferry travel. Today, the absence of inter-island ferries in Hawaii stands in stark contrast to the bustling ferry networks found in other island nations. To understand Hawaii's lack of inter-island ferries, it's helpful to look at other island nations where ferries are integral to life and commerce. Take, for example, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Japan, expansive archipelagos where ferries provide vital transportation links. In these nations, ferries are often the most affordable and accessible means of travel, transporting both people and goods across vast distances. In Japan, high-speed ferries connect the four main islands, offering travelers comfortable amenities and stunning ocean views. Indonesia, with its sprawling archipelago of over 17,000 islands, relies heavily on ferries for inter-island connectivity. The Philippines boasts an extensive network of routes connecting its major islands. The success of ferry systems in these nations highlights the potential benefits of such services, particularly in island settings where geographic isolation poses significant challenges. So why has Hawaii failed to establish a similar ferry network? The answer lies in a complex interplay of factors from geography to economic realities. One might assume that the vastness of the Pacific Ocean separating the Hawaiian Islands poses an insurmountable barrier to ferry travel. However, a closer look at the distances involved reveals a different story. While it's true that Hawaii is the most geographically isolated archipelago on Earth, the distances between its main islands are quite manageable for modern ferry technology. Consider the journey between Honolulu on Oahu and Lahaina on Maui, two of the most popular tourist destinations in Hawaii. The distance between these ports is approximately 75 nautical miles, a distance easily covered by high-speed ferries in a few hours. Similarly, the journey from Honolulu to Lihu on Kauai spans approximately 100 nautical miles, well within the capabilities of modern ferry vessels. In Japan, high-speed ferries traverse the 120 nautical miles between Fukuoka and Busan, South Korea, in just under 3 hours. Similarly, ferries in the Philippines routinely navigate distances exceeding 200 nautical miles between islands. The distances between the main Hawaiian islands do not present an insurmountable obstacle to ferry travel. Rather, a combination of factors, including regulatory hurdles, economic challenges, and competition from air travel, have contributed to the absence of a thriving ferry system in the islands. Troubled waters, past failures of ferry ventures. The history of inter-island ferry attempts in Hawaii is littered with the wreckage of failed ventures, each offering valuable lessons. One such attempt, the super ferry, garnered significant attention but ultimately succumbed to a perfect storm of obstacles. Launched in 2007, the super ferry aimed to provide a high-speed, high-capacity connection between Oahu and Maui. However, the super ferry's tenure was short-lived, plagued by legal challenges, protests, and financial woes. One major hurdle was opposition from environmental groups concerned about the potential impact on marine life. Legal battles ensued, delaying the ferry's launch and contributing to its financial downfall. The super ferry's demise serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the complex interplay of factors that can make or break an inter-island ferry service in Hawaii. The headwinds of reality, regulatory and economic challenges. Establishing a successful inter-island ferry service in Hawaii faces a gauntlet of regulatory and economic realities. One significant hurdle is the Jones Act, a century-old law requiring all goods transported by water between U.S. ports to be carried on U.S.-flagged ships built, owned, and operated by U.S. citizens or companies. While intended to bolster the American maritime industry, the Jones Act inadvertently creates a significant barrier to entry for potential ferry operators in Hawaii. Building or acquiring vessels that meet these stringent requirements can be prohibitively expensive, discouraging investment in new ferry services. Adding to the economic challenges is the dominance of air travel in the Hawaiian market. With well-established airlines offering frequent flights between islands, ferries face an uphill battle in attracting passengers accustomed to the speed and convenience of air travel. To compete effectively, ferry operators must offer not only competitive fares, but also added value in the form of amenities and seamless connectivity with other transportation modes.